Hello everyone, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button, a junk journal, a slow stitch. I do that as sustainably as possible, and it's a slow stitch video. I haven't slow stitched on camera for over a month because of Junk Journal July, so I thought I would do a sort of a reset and talk about what slow stitching means for me. And because there's lots of slow stitches and they do all kinds of wonderful things, and there's no real right or wrong way to do it. If you have a needle and thread and you stick two bits of fabric together and you do that in a way that makes you feel good, that's slow stitching basically. So these are my slow stitches, and we'll talk about what slow stitching is as we go through. So this is something that I've got on the go. I've had it on the go as well for I have things on the go, multiple things on the go at once, and I will pick up and put down various times different bits and pieces. So this is a bag. I don't know what it'll get used for. It'll probably get used for crafting. It might be when I go out, I take things and I put things in it. It was like a makeup bag that was like that big. I sort of chopped it in half and expanded it because it had the letter H on it. There's nobody in my family called H. I don't know why we had it, but I found it in the airing cupboard and thought, oh, I will slow stitch with it. I slow stitch using the stuff that's just around me. I do buy things from charity shops and antique places, but I do mainly just try and see what I've got around the house. So I've just started doing this, and I've added the bits on, and I'm whip stitching or appliquing the bits on, and then I'll go in and I'll embellish it as I go along. So that's my first one, make a bag. I like to make 3D things, not just flat things. I like to make a 3D thing. Some of the flat things that I make are still actually quite 3D because I like to make these kind of slow stitch rolls. Now this is again something that can be done in so many ways, but that's the beauty of slow stitch. You can make it in the way that you like, so it's all about your preference. It's all about what gives you peace of mind. You still get that lovely I love that feeling of putting the needle in and pulling the thread out. There's something really good about doing something repeatedly, and it can mean anything. I'm still pulling things down from my we'll have a talk about that. It can be anything. So this is a piece of old jeans, a twig from my garden, and lots of little beautiful bits. So bits of doily, bits of applique that I've taken off other things, and then just some vintage thread with the words use what you have and you'll never want, which is one of the things that I go through. What I believe in. Is it what I believe in? What I go through? What I live? You know what I mean. And so this could be hung up and displayed like a little banner, or it could be wrapped up like this, and then a little basket full of things. You could use them as meditation things. You could put any favourite saying or thought or intention on a little scroll, have a little basket of them. It's really good because they're tactile. You can pull them out. Christmas presents, even a Christmas card. I've used it to make like a stitched Christmas card. I think there's a video about that on the channel, and I'm sure we'll revisit that this time. So here we go, little bird on the end. There's another one. This time I've used a vintage spool of thread that I've gone out. I go out and look in the wild for old things that I can use both in my junk journaling and my slow stitching. And so there's some vintage fabric, there's some fabric sample fabric, so there's some new stuff, pair of jeans, well it's even just scraps because I've joined the denim up. It's really nice soft denim. And I've got the words be yourself. This is a stamp of a bee. It's got quite faint now. I could go over that and stitch it in so that it's more kind of 3D and embroidered. But that's another sort of scroll. I have another one that just says the Vintage Button. This has been on many a video and I love it. I made it originally to go on a craft stall, just to sort of hang on my I've got like a 3-tiered afternoon tea tray to hang on there. Love it. I think this might be, I think it might be like 15 years old, that. I have been slow stitching for such a long time, like literally since I was a child. Here is something that I know is about 16 years old because I remember doing it. I have a chronic illness. It was flaring up massively, and I'd also been made redundant. And I made about 200 of those over a 3-week period because that's all I could do. It kept my head into my hands and really saved my mental health. So this one is very special to me. I still have some of the original ones left. My daughter used to use them to play with, but I've also got a video on the channel that talks about making a strawberry pincushion. You can do it out of anything really, it doesn't have to be felt. It can be taking something that's existing and sort of doodle stitching over the top of it, and this is such a wonderful piece of fabric. It comes from my is it grandmother-in-law? So it's my husband's grandma, out in South Africa, and I have this lasting memory of her stitching on anything and putting beads onto things, all kinds of wonderful, wonderful things. And the last time that I saw her, it was some time ago, she's no longer with us now, and she was destashing and she was sort of spreading her craftiness all around the family, and I was given a few bits and pieces, and this was one of the things that I was given. So it looks, because it's kind of got batting on the back, it looks like it was going to be part of a patchwork quilt or something, but I've just started to doodle stitch. And it's just so, it just makes me think of Jane Austen. And that's one of the things. I pick it up. It's on my pegboard in front of me. I pick it up. Sometimes I've taught stitches on the channel by doing the stitches on this, and I may well do. I think I might do a chain stitch or something, because there's lazy daisies and French knots and just a back stitch. So actually there's only 3 stitches on that. And I would say I only use 2 or 3 stitches. I don't use like lots and lots. So this is a wonderful thing. I do have a bigger version of this, but it's quite high up on my pinboard, and I think this is the original one anyway. So it's a bit of old tablecloth that's been heavily embellished, and it's become a little pouch with a little lid. It's very, very cute. I do love it. I might hang it up like that. Again, we've got stamped images using my paper crafting stuff in my slow stitches. Yo-yos. Sometimes when I don't know what to do, I just make yo-yos, or Suffolk or Norfolk puffs as they're known around here. So there's that. You can make like rosettes, like you can make things that are really, really personal. I haven't got any here on this little pile of stuff because I've shown it before on the channel. I've probably shown you this as well. But like I would make a birthday badge for my child every year until they got to be about 9, and then didn't want it anymore, so I would make a badge and I would slow stitch it, and there would be so much love poured into that badge for school. So you can make all kinds of things. This is a rosette. Let me know in the comments, would you like a little tutorial on that? I think I might have done one before, but I'm happy to do it again because I really enjoy making these. I think they look so lovely. Seasonal stuff, gingerbread man. Love a gingerbread man. So easy to make, so easy to make, and they look so cute, and they look so cute in your Christmas tree. I have a number of these on my Christmas tree that I have in the dining room in my house. I love a gingerbread man. And you know what? The fabric comes from a neighbour that we had in Cambridge, and she'd kept this fabric for 50 years in a cupboard because she intended to make a wool coat. And then she said, I'm never going to make this wool coat. Here, have it. And I still have that fabric because there was lots of it, and I still make gingerbread men from it. So we'll be making big gingerbread men when they're running up to Christmas from that. You can make more 3D things. So this was an Easter project from a couple of years ago that we had on the channel, and it's just this lovely, lovely bunny. I used to make many a bunny when my child was small, and yeah, you can never have too many bunny friends. Just really simple. This is something you could give to give to a child. Again, there's videos for it because there's no buttons, there's no anything. Yeah. And it's just one that I've made over and over again. I got a bunny from a local garden centre and I just basically copied it. So, and it's changed as time goes on. And these are fabric samples. So again, it's not cost me anything. Lovely button on the back. Fantastic thing. Slow stitch can be anything that you've stitched slowly. Stitch by hand. So this is a little witch's hat that's on a headband. It's very cute. I really love it. There is a handbag flying around somewhere that I couldn't find that matches this, like a little purse. It was so easy. And I basically took something from a charity shop that was going to go in the bin, a really cheap felt witch hat, and I just transformed it. Again, I think that's on the channel, but it's like a really early video, and I loved it. And it's just an old top as well, transformed. So like taking things, recycling them and making them into really pretty things. So I love that hat. Poppies. So we have Remembrance Day in the UK where people wear a red poppy. I would still give a donation if you wear your poppy. You know, don't just make yourself one, not give a donation to the British Legion. That's not the done thing. But yeah, you can make yourself a poppy. This is a really simple Norfolk or Suffolk puff, a felt leaf, but it could be any green fabric, and a brown vintage button. And I've just whip stitched a safety pin on the back. Simple things that you can make with nothing. And then more complicated things. So these are the three last things. And I think I've saved the best till last, really. So this is my current summer handbag situation for if I need a little small bag just running out. We've made this on the channel. I think we did the slow stitch B. So this was a stamped image, and I just used 2 stitches, just a straight stitch and a French knot to make that wonderful B. Vintage bits and pieces that I have. It's a really cheap bag. It's already coming undone. It is like a Primark special, so it does need some repair. So that's probably before I take it out again, I will repair it, because I intend for this to last years, much longer than the original intention by the company who made it. It's got like a linen top. It's heavily embellished, again, just with the French knot and some buttons and bits of lace. Did not take a long time to do. In fact, I remember I did this micro breaking it, 3 French knots and then another phone call whilst I was working. It literally kind of came together really quickly by just doing that, and of course lots of vintage buttons. So these 2 bags were made at separate times, and this one still has my purse in it and the things to take outside when I go shopping later. So they are basically a fabric sample. They're both sort of this kind of army drab. They used to be my husband's work trousers. He works in an office that's smart casual, and so, but he doesn't want them anymore. I think it's because they were really tapered leg and they're not fashionable. So I turned them into bags. So it was really easy, so incredibly easy. And it's the same way you would make a skirt, but I just sewed the bottom up. We will be making a denim skirt coming up, because I want a denim skirt for autumn, and I have all the bits and pieces that I want, or most of them. So we'll be doing that soon. So this is a fabric sample that had a picture of a bird. So I got that free some years ago. You can kind of see on this bit that it was like watercolour, and I've just doodle stitched over it. I've added lace, added wool, so you can use to like embellish your kind of anything. You can use any thread. Doesn't have to be embroidery floss. I've got lots of vintage cottons that are not really strong enough to make anything, but they would embellish beautifully, so I use them. I've got like French knots for the flowers, buttons for the berries. I haven't coloured everything in with my stitching. I've left some of the original out. I've added these applique flowers that I rescued off a very plastic dress that would have just gone, still had the tags, and I don't think it would have fitted anybody, it was so badly made. So it is now embellishing lots of things. I even have bits on the back. A lovely little baby bird in a nest pocket. So that's that. All the pockets still work because of the way I've made it. It's really, really, I haven't lined this one. Have I lined that one? I don't think I have. Oh, I have lined that one. Yeah, so that's my summer birdie bag, messenger bag type style. This is my winter one, and it's the exact same bird. I've just treated it differently and covered it differently. I've even used some like alcohol dyes to dye a doily to add some extra colour. And it's a robin. It's got a velvet breast. It's so lovely. Little bit of white down. Then I've got holly. So holly leaves, holly berries. And I need to add a button because I've even embroidered. I've stamped on my logo, or one of my logos, from a handmade stamp. And then I need to put a button on it. Put it onto linen, and then there's this frame. You might recognise that from Junk Journal July. I'll use it on the cover. The bottom it's sort of been extended, so the bottom is this sort of tartan fabric that's from a fabric sample. I've got another little label that just says Robin on it. It's very, very, very cute, and I love it. And I got a leather belt from the charity shop and made my own leather strap. I took the name branding off just by covering it up, and this has got, it's probably still got things in it because, oh, it has, from a work thing, but it is lined, so it's got a nice lining in it, and it's got a work thing in, and a pocket, so it's got a big pocket there, and I've got things like Vaseline and all types of other bits and pieces that I could put in there. So sorry for shaking the camera, but there we go. I hope you like this little kind of show and tell of my slow stitchery things. We will be making that denim skirt. It's going to be a maxi skirt. There will be some crawling on the floor in the craft room for the next one. And my intention is a junk journal video on Tuesday and a slow stitch on Thursday. And then there will be sort of something weekendish most weekends, but I'm not going to guarantee that. So it could be a haul. There could be hauls on the Tuesday and Thursday as well. It could be a live. I want to do some lives. Yeah, lots of things coming in this new season for the Vintage Button. So I hope you'll join me. Hit all the likes, do all the things, help my little channel grow. I really appreciate every single one of you. All right then, lovelies. I will talk to you in the comments. Bye bye.